Hey guys, today we have another chapter on emotional intelligence titled The Master Aptitude. Emotions, when they overwhelm your concentration, what ends up happening is you lose working memory. Your ability to use System 2, if I like to call it that way, if you've paid attention to my Thinking Fast and Slow series that is now finished, when you have emotions involved in a task, what ends up happening is you lose the ability to use your intellectual powers and efforts to focus on the task at hand. Therefore, you can only do things that are mundane and not as strong. And this changes with how powerful the emotions are. The more powerful the emotions are, the more you'll end up losing. So you need to have enthusiasm and persistence in the face of setbacks. When you're facing a negative emotion, you need to be enthusiastic and persistent to know that this setback has something in it for you. You need to spin it from a negative thing to a positive thing every single time. You need to get good at the spinning of the situation, changing your perception. If you follow along my Obstacle of the Way series, they talk about that so much. The root of all emotional control is the ability to resist impulse, the ability to resist that chocolate cake in front of you. I mean, for me, that doesn't do anything because I don't like chocolate. Go ahead, hate me in the comments for not liking chocolate. I've heard it over and over again. But if there's something that really gets you, like that favorite food that you can't resist, or that movie that you need to watch, over and over again because you love it so much. When you can resist it, that is the root of all emotional control. You're saying no to the emotion in the moment, you're feeling it, but shutting it down. And this goes along with the ability to delay gratification. The way to build gratification, this is like one of the best determinations. Sorry, that is the wrong word. This is the best thing that someone can use to determine if someone will be successful, is their ability to delay gratification. If you can delay gratification, then you can put things aside that would normally stand in the way to get to your goal by sacrificing them. And the way you build delayed gratification is by doing that exactly, by sacrificing things towards a higher purpose. Having that higher purpose and being able to say, I don't need to do this. This is not as important as that thing. Now, to transition a little bit, when you're anxious, it is proved that you're more likely to fail even when you scored higher before the worry came up. So let's say you are a person in social situations that is very outgoing, is a great way to connect to multiple people. People love having conversations with you. They think you're funny, charming, smart, whatever it is. Now, when you're talking to someone and you are a little anxious going into it, let's say there's a pretty girl that you're afraid to go talk to. That anxiousness that comes up inside of you causes you to fail, even though you might be a way above average guy beforehand. This way, you need to recognize the anxiety that you're feeling, remove it, and then go handle the situation. And towards the opposite of this is that good moods are shown to enhance your ability to think and the ability to create. So, one thing that I might start implementing reading this sentence is that right before I'm about to, do something that involves heavy thinking, maybe I'll spend some time watching a funny video or, something that'll put me in a good mood, a nice motivational thing that will enhance my ability to think. Why not make it easier? Why not use the psychology that we're learning here to make our lives easier? Hope, now to transition in another part, is believing that you have and will have the ability to achieve your goals no matter what comes in your way, no matter what anxieties that come up, no matter what setbacks you face. You hope and know that you will get there. And this is tied into SelfEfficacy, which is the master aptitude. It's the belief that one has the ability to master their events in life and meet the challenges as they come up. This has to do with your perception of the events, which is why you need to be emotionally intelligent to recognize the bad things that are happening and have the self-efficacy to believe that you can get yourself out of it no matter what. It's up to you in the end, no one else. You need to have that self-efficacy. And an example of when emotional intelligence is at its best is when you're in a state of flow. If you've ever been in a state of flow, which you probably have if you've done anything important, is that you're so focused on your work for a long period of time that time flies by. You don't even recognize what time it is. You forgot you're supposed to call your friend. You forgot to eat. you didn't even take a sip of water. All of this happens because you're so focused on your work. Flow is that emotional intelligence at its best because you can take all of the outside influences that might be bothering you, put them aside, and focus on the one thing at hand. You can concentrate. That's why that's at its best. So, guys, I hope you take this and have some hope, efficacy, take some good moves, enthusiasm, and persistence into your life. I'm going to give you the notes to this book, to this chapter specifically, if you leave a comment down low with your Gmail account or email account, whatever it is, and what your favorite part of this video is, a thumbs up and subscribing, and I will gladly send you all the notes. This way you guys can stay along and have more in-depth information than I can even go over here today. Guys, as always, I'm going to leave a link in the description down below for you to purchase a copy of this book on Amazon. Subscribe, and have a wonderful day.